Eagles. Eagles. Welcome to the Killin Me Smalls Podcast. I'm excited to get into this episode because this episode is coming off of the day after the Eagles officially signed Tariq Woolen. And we'll start it off right there. The Eagles signing Tariq Woolen is an amazing move, and I love it. I love it. We don't have to draft a corner in the draft now. We have a young 6'4" cornerback who is miles better than Adoree Jackson, miles better than anybody that we had on the roster last year, and we already had 2 All-Pro corners. Eagles may have a no-fly zone type defense. The Eagles might have a Legion of Boom type defense if they can pull this together. Andrew Makuba is a really good young safety. If they can possibly pick up another safety, or they're just going to have to rock out with Marcus Epps. We'll see how he looks after, he had been injured for the most part other than the time that we had won the Super Bowl. But I'm really high on Andrew Makuba, and this secondary is really, really, really good. I'm really excited. Now we just have to move on to trying to shore up this front so we can actually get pressure on the quarterback. And we still have Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. We just shore up our edge rusher position, which we do have Nolan Smith and Jalix Hunt, and they're not bums by any stand, but we obviously have always been a rotational team. We need either rotational guys to put behind that or a stud to put there across from Nolan Smith so that Jalix Hunt will be the rotational guy. And we can keep these guys' legs fresh, get them pressure so they have to force into our now fully loaded secondary, and make this one of the best defenses in the league next year. Watch out. In Howie we trust. Howie, all we need now is possibly another safety if you don't trust in Mark Epps. Edge. Offensive line. Keep A.J. Brown. Keep everybody else. And we're good to go again. Fresh new system. Fly, Eagles, fly. We're going to get into some NFL free agency for the first part of this podcast. We'll get into some of the bigger news first. At first, it would have been Max Crosby going to the Ravens. But the biggest news is Max Crosby not going to the Ravens. And a crazy thing that happened just yesterday, Max Crosby failed his physical. The Ravens aren't getting Max Crosby anymore. Now, with them not having Max Crosby, do I feel like the Ravens are out and done? No, because honestly, I think they kind of overpaid for a position that wasn't necessarily a need. But I see they just got Trey Hendrickson as a replacement. I think that's still a solid replacement. He's been one of the best ends in the league. Definitely a little bit injury prone, but he's been one of the better edges in the league. And it still frees up a little bit of money and gives them their first round picks back so that they can either make another move to shore up around Lamar or draft to shore up the team around Lamar. I think, honestly, this helped in the benefit of the Ravens rather than hurt. And it honestly might have helped the Raiders as well. They just got Nakobe Dean. Shout out to Nakobe Dean because Nakobe Dean's a dog, man. He is a dog, especially in the run game, man. He's an absolute dog. He wrecks games. He wrecks plays. And he's still pretty good in coverage. He's not necessarily elite in coverage, but he can wreck a run play or just setting him on a blitz, on a pass play pretty quickly. He comes in there with some force. I think that was a pretty good signing. I hope he stays healthy. He's had some injury issues in the past, but when he is on the field, he is absolutely a wrecking ball, and he's a leader on that defense as well. I think that was a great signing. You put Max Crosby back there. If they decide not to move off of him, the Raiders defense looks a lot better. It looks like they may only need to plug in a few things to get that defense up and running with all the moves that they've been making this offseason. Let's talk about Travis Kelce returning to the Chiefs, as well as Kenneth Walker signing to the Chiefs. Kenneth Walker signed to the Chiefs. I think that's an amazing deal for the Chiefs. We honestly don't know how healthy Patrick Mahomes will be for the upcoming season, but I think this was still a great move by the Chiefs. And I think that Kenneth Walker being added to this team gives them probably the best running back they've had since Kareem Hunt. And with that put in place, they'll have a rushing game so Mahomes doesn't have to, do as much with his legs. And they'll be able to go maybe draft a wideout or other positions instead of maybe trading up to get a Jeremiah Love or something like that. So I definitely like the move by that. Travis Kelce, he has had some issues with drops in the past, but Travis Kelce is still probably a top 15 tight end in the league. Even with the drops, he still gives you production. So whenever Travis Kelce's on the field, you got to respect it. And obviously we don't want to see him in any other uniform than a Chiefs uniform. So yes, definitely a good move by Travis Kelce coming back and them retaining him, and also a good move by getting Kenneth Walker.
And in game number 66 of the regular season, off we go, gang, on another Miami Heat NBA adventure. He's looking for their 37th win of the season. And Bam Adebayo, as he so often has done lately, John.
Okay, that was a smooth bucket, first bucket.
Orchestrated the engine that helps the Heat offense. Come back.
Search down the floor. Davion able to find the captain over there. Sarr playing off because of how quick.
Control against Carrington. To the paint. Good reach in by Sarr. Now Bam takes advantage. Euro steps in for the flip.
Can I say something? Look at why is the defense so ass, Chad? Come on, bro. Nobody playing defense, bro. The Wizards are really actively tanking. They need to be investigated, bro. That's sick.
7 points in a row.
That is horrible.
Talented two bigs in our matchup. Mitchell cross court for the Bam three. Yes.
Wait, let me just see that. So you guys, all right. Let's just do this freeze frame for the Wizards right now. Yeah, we're trapping the paint on who is that? Davion Mitchell. There's 3 people focused on Davion Mitchell. Alex Sarr is somewhat playing the rim as well as Davion Mitchell. When there's already help there, Alex Sarr should be more focused on the guy there and Bam, but not even that. Like Bam at this point, what do you have? 2 threes and 2 buckets? He damn near has all the points, and he's wide open.
Matchup. Mitchell cross court for the Bam three. Yes.
That's bad defense.
First quarter for Bam Adebayo. So the rookie.
He already had 11 at that point.
Miami up by 2. 5.5 left.
Wait. Okay. Yeah. I think Bam has hit 2 to 3 threes already. Look at this defense. Who's picking up Bam? Why is there 3 players looking at Davion Mitchell, Chad? Nah, that's fucking crazy, bro. Yo, all respect to Bam, bro. You got 83 points, bro. But this is crazy, bro. Look at this defense. This is horrible. The Wizards look like they don't want to be there.
Miami up by 2. 5.5.
3 people looking at one person. Bam catches the ball already with some space to shoot, so he has to come and play this shot.
Left first quarter.
Now he about to get cooked. Oh my goodness! On his head, Bam. That's tough. That's tough.
Ball fake.
Oh my goodness!
Explosive
On his head.
Around the shot blocker, nothing soft.
He's got 13 on 6 of 7 shooting.
Wide open. Not even a hand, bro. Not even a hand. Alex Sarr, bro. You might be a young, promising player, bro, but You're gonna be remembered for this, bro. Every single bucket I see is on Alex Sarr, bro, in the first quarter. Like, every single bucket. Bam is just getting wide open practice jumpers like he's at LA Fitness, like he's training in that black and white gym in Brooklyn. Yo. That's sick, bro. That's sick, bro. Bam damn near has 20. Look at Bam again. He's wide open. Yo, it's like you think the dude hit a certain amount of threes, like.
Three Bam. Why not? The highest scoring quarter of his.
And Vucevic trying to slow down the heated Bam Adebayo right now is playing with so much confidence.
Second. Yes, and the foul.
This is bad. Like, okay, it's not even bad defense.
Vucevic.
I'm gonna stop hating, Chad.
Slow down the heated.
This is not even bad defense, but look, he opens off the screen, right? I mean, it's honestly all terrible defense because look at that. That you could low key pass that. He could have low key passed that and got a free dunk, but he's like, okay, should I force it into possibly, help defense for number 7? It could be a drop off to 15 after he passed it. Still good play either way, or give it to Bam, who has this absolute food on him, who's not even focused on him.
Bam Adebayo
Good pass.
right now is playing
Bam,
with so much
get the ball, straight to the paint. He's a baby boy. Yo, that's good. That's a good bucket by Bam, man.
And the foul. Rebound picked off the
Good
deck by
bucket.
Larson.
They got Bam bringing up the ball.
What's in store?
Chicka.
Yes, sir. How about some more? A 30-point first quarter for Bam Adebayo.
This is just a total heat check. He's getting tired from shooting so much. That is a super deep range right there by Bam.
Only a 14-point lead for Miami. I say only because the Heat have felt like a dominant team tonight, and there he is. He's untouchable right now.
Over by Trey Johnson and the Wizards. Here's the spin, getting to the middle. Where's the help defense? There isn't any. And
Like, they didn't double him the whole game.
Heat ahead by only 12. Bam spinning on Sarr and putting it down. 38.
Alex Sarr. Yo, I don't want nobody telling me about Alex Sarr for nope. I don't want nobody telling me about Alex Sarr as a top tier rim protector. No, don't want to hear it. Bam, and Bam's talented, bro. A lot of this is obviously just Bam because Bam is tough. Let's not act like Bam is not tough.
Points.
But look at this. Another off like
the middle. Where's the help defense? There isn't any.
He has 20.
Like let's just pause that. He screened, right? He screened. So whoever coaching the Wizards, you just have a bunch of dummies on your team. Like, let's think about that. You got a whole bunch of dummies. 27. Who are you looking at, bro? The 2 Heat players are on the bottom of my screen, the bottom left. The other 3 Heat players are on the top right. 27. Who are you looking at, gang? There's nobody over there. That's the first thing. Second thing, Bam is setting a screen. Number 0 is getting over the screen. So Alex Sarr, what do you think you do? You hedge and get back. Let's see what Alex Sarr does.
Points.
He's in a dead zone. What? This is good defense to y'all, chat? This is an elite defender?
Ahead by only 12.
Gets him. Oh my gosh, stupid. Spin, and then he doesn't even take the 3. He's just like your food in the paint and then bakes it. And then absolutely cooks him.
38 in the first half for Captain Bam.
Here he is. Little left-hand hesitation through the legs. I mean, this is just really advanced.
That's food. That's food for Bam, man. Get back to Bam. Off the pickup. And one.
42.
They need to surround
That's tough, man. That's tough.
some better shooters and some shot creators.
Good bucket. Another fake screen again. Oh my. Like. This is the easiest points I've ever seen in my life. This is sad, bro.
He's very upright as a defender as opposed to being in a stance. And
these are the niggas, yo.
Yes. 48 for Adebayo.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro. Alex Sarr. Yeah, you don't got no heart, nigga. You don't got no heart, bro. Just like Draymond said, the dynasty starts without you. The dynasty starts without Alex Sarr. I'm telling you that right now. Because if you could sit there as a grown ass man and be okay with somebody dropping bucket after bucket on you to the point where he gets 83. We're in the third quarter right now. So Bam is probably creeping up on 60. Probably creeping up on 60 and 3/4 at this point. That is sick, bro. That is sick. Where is the defense? We gotta watch Kobe's 81-point game now because I gotta compare them.
Skills to get in that duel.
Driving and kicking. Yakashonas, the rookie, setting up.
Trey Johnson shoots the three over Bam. Great defense. There he is again. 52 for Bam. And a timeout for Bryant Keefe, who walks to midcourt, shaking his head in disbelief. Oh, Drew Smith stole it. There it is. A new Heat record. 62 for Bam Adebayo.
Damn, Bam got 62 in 3/4, y'all.
There's his mom. Is Goosebump City. One Heat legend enjoying another. The highest score.
He broke Bron's record in 3/4. Yo. I can just see it now, chat. I could just see it now. I'm gonna be 40 years old debating with Lil Nuggets about how Bron wasn't playing against plumbers because Bam cooked his record in 3/4. They gonna say Bron was playing. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Bron was playing podcasters, chat. That's gonna be the new saying. Bron was playing podcasters, and I'm gonna have to try and defend that because Bam cooked his record in 3/4.
Game in the history of the Miami Heat belongs to Bam Adebayo. Asia, we love it too.
Also the fast break points too, 19-5, and he clearly taking advantage in transition off miscues and rebounds.
Are they still not guarding him? He has he has 62 points. Look at how they're guarding Bam. Look. There's nobody in his chest. Nobody cares. We're all walking around. Walk. And then look at this. He touches him. 16 is not even interested. Swing, three.
He clearly taking advantage in transition off miscues and rebounds. Quick reversal pass and finding Bam in the comfy corner. Screen by Keyshawn Johnson.
Here's Bam. Got fouled. It goes. 69 for Bam.
Oh my, catch and go on the missed steal, and Bam able to get all the way to the basket after the contact. That's our Vicky Bakery fantastic play. Oh, it's sweet too.
74 stands as the fourth most points in the history of the NBA by an individual player. Into Bam! Yes! And a foul!
That's crazy.
Points. You will remember this game for the rest of your lives. 81. He has tied the late Kobe Bryant for the second highest scoring game in the history of the NBA. 82 points. Mama, we feel your joy. The second highest scoring game in NBA history, second only to Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game in Hershey, Pennsylvania against the New York Knicks when he was playing for Philadelphia.
Wow. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this is tough. This is tough.
83 points for Bam Adebayo. He will come out of the game and hear it from the crowd. And we feel you at home. One of the great games in the history of basketball.
He came out with a minute left. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, y'all should have let him try to go for 100. I should have kept fouling him and try to get 100.
I think 3 consecutive 30-point games. Kobe
Reverse lay, tough call.
Joel McDonald here in for Joel. 2 minutes alongside Kobe, another tough shot. Some of the rookies, of course, at this point hitting the wall.
Okay, where's the defense there?
Halfway through the season as Kobe knocks it down.
Kobe was wide open right there.
Shooting night in a month. Here's Kobe. Sweet move. A little bit in Milwaukee, then down in Houston. He's one of those guys that
Ew, they just letting him walk
everybody
down.
wants 57 straight. Make it 58.
He's up to 50. 59 now.
59. It's a double-double just about every night. Kobe is back in and not a moment too soon. Devin George guns it to Mim. Little backdoor. Kobe scores on the slam. Knocks down the 3 with regularity. Kobe.
That's a tough shot. That's a tough shot.
Side story when the Lakers are down by 14. That's what now 61 in a row. Did I do it? Yeah. Was it my fault?
It's a tough shot.
The scoreboard says 60-49.
All of the Lakers have to get going offensively.
Kobe has been going, and he keeps it going with the backhand layup. Bryant again for the Lakers.
Tough shot.
Got it again.
They got 2 people on him. That's contested.
Well, they're giving him the ball to see if he can
That's contested.
He does.
That's contested.
Still 6.5 to play in the third. He pulls up for a 3. Yes. Kobe again. Here's Kobe trying to move around Mo Pete, trying to put him up. Finally shoots.
Oh my goodness. Ugh. That's nasty, bro. That is nasty.
Counted in the foul.
decides to go up with him. Gets him on the arm.
Here's Kobe again. Yes, sir. Kobe all the way. Reverse layup is good. Knocked away by Kobe. Great hustle by Kobe. He's going to score. Slam dunk. Lakers lead. Oh, great pass. Kobe alone. Slam dunk.
We're all geared for you. But he's
Void of all the job. Nobody helping right now defensively, so he's going to take the 15 from him.
That won.
Kobe counted foul. Kobe goes straight to the dribble in the lane, laid up and in.
I don't know, Chad.
His average tonight.
Chad, Kobe's 81 might be better. Kobe's 81 might. And respect to Bam, because we all gonna know that he had one of the best performances ever. But if we're just comparing a 2-point difference, Kobe had the better performance. Let's be real.
His average is
The shots Kobe's making, oh my, hand in his face, cash.
4 away from
Oh my goodness. Off the screen?
Yes!
No, nobody came up on that, but still, off the screen, that's a tough shot. He's moving.
70.
Pump fake for Cole. Kobe's got the Laker record.
Oh my goodness.
I see your point though. Kobe down the middle, throw up and in.
Yeah, Kobe was not passing at this point, Chad. Look at how open his teammates was. Look. Yo, bro is wide open, like wide spanking open. Kobe was not passing this though. Yo, he was a real ISO demon, bro. He was not passing the ball, Chad.
Oh my goodness.
I see your point though. Kobe down the middle, throw up and in. Second, 27 in the third.
I see it.
Here's number 1. Do you believe it? This one would be to tie Wilt for number 2, and the next one would be to pass. For the night at least. Bryant for 80. This would be 18 for 20 from the line, and an 81-point game. 55 in the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the second greatest scoring performance in NBA history.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We gotta give that to Bean, chat.
I started a business to.
We gotta give that to Bean. His 81 was different, bro. Those buckets were way tougher. And I can't, like, yo, Bam's bucket, some of his buckets was tough, bro. I can't lie. Some of his buckets was definitely like tough buckets. But nah, I can't go.
Yeah, I had to pull over for this one. Tariq Woolen is by far the most intriguing signing this offseason. The Philadelphia Eagles, it is hit or complete miss at the cornerback position, and that is Tariq Woolen, capable of getting 5 interceptions. I believe as a rookie, 6'4", 4'4" running. I mean, an absolute freakazoid of an athlete. But remember, he has mental lapses at times. Okay, if you're an Eagles fan, you'll know what I'm about to say. You've seen Nnamdi Asomugha. You've seen Byron Maxwell, but you've seen Darius Slay. Eagles can hit at the cornerback position, but far too often the Eagles can miss at the cornerback position. Tariq Woolen is there.
Let me stop you right there. When the Eagles signed Nnamdi Asomugha, we just threw him in there. I was like, yeah, we want you to be that guy. We paid you a whole bunch of money. When we signed Byron Maxwell, we moved him from, he was maybe corner 3 in Seattle to corner 1. So we were asking a lot of those two guys outside of what they were used to doing on their current teams. Right now, on the Eagles, we already have 2 all-pro corners. Now we're adding somebody who's 6'4", and like you said, runs a 4.40. Man, we about to be up at the cornerback spot. We have no holes left. He's 1,000 times better than Adoree Jackson or anybody that we already had. So I don't agree that I agree it's a hit or miss, but I don't think Tariq Woolen's going to be asked of a lot to the point where it's like, okay, man, we shouldn't have got Tariq Woolen. He's going to be asked to do the basic things. Guard the wide receiver too, and don't mess up doing that. And I feel like that's a pretty simple task when you got 2 all-pro corners next to you.
Dude is an athlete. Dude is a baller. I do have questions, though. Mike McDonald, a savant of a defensive mind, he thought to himself, Tariq Woolen makes too many errors to start in base package, so he only started in the nickel package. They moved Devon Witherspoon from outside corner to nickelback and moved Tariq Woolen to the outside. You also saw, I believe it was in the Rams game, Tariq Woolen makes a brilliant play, then the very next play, he gets beat. Tariq Woolen, his highs are incredibly high, but boy, them lows make you have questions. Prototype size as a corner, better than prototype size. He measures off the charts. But here, I want to see him continue to grow here. If you're an Eagles fan,
that's fair, though.
You have
that's fair.
to be
That's
cautiously optimistic about this.
That's a fair assessment.
Because at corners, sometimes they hit it out the park, or at least sometime, Darius Slay. But other times, boy, it's a bad man.
It's a fair assessment. I think it's a fair assessment. I just don't think he's going to be asked to do as much as the other corners. And he's 1,000% an upgrade from Adoree Jackson. Team captains for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic are stacked. Yo. All respect to Tom Brady, bro. We are not watching this shit, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. Like, yo, Joe Burrow, dog. Jalen Hurts, dog. Jaden Daniels, dog. Bro, we're not watching this shit, bro. What makes you think, if we already not watching flag football in the Pro Bowl, that we about to go over to Fanatics and watch flag football with a bunch of NFL stars, which is damn near the Pro Bowl? We about to watch a separate Pro Bowl? Nah, I'm sorry. I'm not watching this, chat. Yo, respect to Tom Brady though. He is the GOAT, but yeah, you're not gonna catch me watching this shit.
I think
Ravens GM Eric DeCosta lied to the Eagles before trading them Jair Alexander, saying there was nothing wrong with him. Jair obviously spent 11 days in Philly before retiring, and then he backed out of the Max Crosby trade after a failed physical. Yeah. We might have to start looking at the Ravens, man. I don't know. That was pretty sketchy. The fact that the second he dropped that trade, he was able to sign Trey Hendrickson in a matter of damn near hours. There's something sketchy about how that all went down. And honestly, if he was doing foul play, it's fuck the Ravens from here on out. Because when we got Jair Alexander, I was hype as hell. I thought we was going straight to the Super Bowl. But he ended up just saying, nah, I'm done. I'm hanging up the cleats. And honestly, rightfully so, he looked terrible on the Ravens. And honestly, when you get to the point where you feel like you can't play your best, I feel like that's when most athletes retire. So I get why he retired. It's just as that the Ravens might be playing dirty behind the scenes. And we'll see. We can't fully blame this on the Ravens if Max Crosby in fact was not healthy. So, we'll see. I'm pretty sure more news will come out on this. Yo, I'm not mad at this. I'm really not mad at this because it's only a 2-year deal, but I'm not mad at this because it's only a 2-year deal, but it's just tough. If he doesn't come back the same, you're paying him damn near $88 million. So $44 million a year, potentially $50 million a year for a quarterback that has had one good year that was cut short by injury, by a serious injury. So it's like, yeah, I don't know how much I like this move for real. This is the real comparison. Joel Embiid 70 versus Bam's 83 points. I honestly think Joel's was better. He had twice the amount of rebounds, more assists, almost 20 less free throw attempts. So if he had the same amount of attempts that Bam had, he would have most likely made 15 out of 20, at least 15 out of 20 of those attempts. So he probably would have had 85, I would say. So I would say Joel's is definitely more impressive than Bam's. Shout out to Bam, though. Bam really was cooking. All right, to end this podcast, I'm going to give my takes for the MVP and who's going to win the NBA Finals. A little pre-playoffs prediction. I think Shai's the easy MVP. If you can see what he's kind of doing as far as scoring the basketball and how efficient he is scoring the basketball, added on top of the things that he's doing for his team. Best team in the NBA, set up to make another run for the finals. He has to be the MVP. Now, the Thunder are set up for another big run at the finals. But would they be my choice to be the NBA champions this year? No, they would be second on that list. I really think, and I really do believe, that the San Antonio Spurs will win the NBA championship this year. I know it's early. I know they don't have a lot of playoff experience, but let's go look at De'Aaron Fox in his one and only playoff series against Steph Curry. If we go look at De'Aaron Fox, 7 games against the Warriors in the playoffs? Let's just take a look at it. He had 16, 3-6. Okay, cool. He had 26, 4-11. Then he had 24, 7-9, 38, 9-5, 26, 9-9, 24, 5-9, and 38, 1-5. So in a total, he was averaging 27 points per game, 5.4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, And he was just absolutely lighting up the board, chat. Like, he was cooking. I think he'll have another opportunity to light the board up like this in the playoffs. Obviously, he's not going to be getting guarded by Steph. So it's going to be a little bit different. But I do think he will be an elite playoff performer. I think Stephon Castle has what it takes to be that third guy. And you have championship experience in Harrison Barnes that could be radiant throughout that locker room and help the rest of the guys get up to speed sooner rather than later. And I think it will happen with a champion on your side, somebody that has playoff experience, and Victor Wembanyama, who is easily a top 5 player in the league right now, easily the best defender in the league right now, and makes the Spurs a really lockdown defense going into these playoffs. I think the Spurs will take that leap, and they'll surprise everybody by winning a championship. Thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all joining the podcast today. I'm going to put out a few TikToks, Instagram Reels, shorts, things like that. So join my Discord in the bio. Y'all will know when I'm posting and when I'm going live. I'm going to start going live once a week. So on top of the podcast, we're going to either do the podcast live and make it one big live where it'll be 1 hour podcast, 1 hour we'll play a game or something like that. I'm not completely set on what the setup will be, but we'll get it together. But yeah, I appreciate y'all joining the podcast. Fly Eagles, fly. You already know the drill.